Hello, beautiful friends. This is the Organizer Advisor here to help you enhance your happiness and transform your life. All right, so I am cooking today. It is Fiscal Fast week, and I have gone through my refrigerator, my pantry, and my freezer. I just want to talk to you about a couple of benefits of taking a day and cooking, using the ingredients that you have so that you don't have food waste. But I do this at the end of every month during my Fiscal Fast week. And if you don't know what Fiscal Fasting is, I'll link a video right here that tells you my interpretation. There are many. You can Google it and you can get everything from a light fiscal fasting to extreme fiscal fasting. I'm somewhere in between. For my fiscal fasting, the primary objective for me is to save money during that week. I'm a no food waste kind of girl, walking you through how I'm utilizing these ingredients that would be food waste, but I'm gonna turn them into something healthy. And so, all right, let's get cooking. Hello, beautiful friends. This is the Organizer Advisor here at Ravensduke Cottage in my kitchen. Today I'm going to make a special dessert because I'm going to use up some eggs. I have an abundance of chicken blessings and I want to use them. So I'm going to make a pavlova. And a pavlova is an Australian dessert. And the reason I'm making this, my grandson, Baby Towns, loves Bluey. And there's an episode of Bluey where Bluey and Bingo want a pavlova. And they create a little cafe, so you know the episode if you know Bluey. Anyway, I'm going to make a pavlova for my grandson, so when I go over to see him tonight, I can show him and let him taste what a pavlova is. So I'm gonna get started. So I have my KitchenAid here. It is ready to go. I've already washed the bowl to make sure there's no grease. I have a bunch of eggs these are the yolks. So I have the egg whites here. I'm gonna pour these into the bowl and I'm gonna put this on to mix. Okay, so I have my egg whites and they are ready for the sugar. This is a 1 1/4 cup, just regular granulated sugar. I'm going to add it 1 tablespoon at a time. I have my oven set for 300. It is preheated. So when this is ready to go, then I'll be ready to put it on my prepared parchment pan and then we will bake the pavlova. You can actually get your exercise in. Now, oh, this looks beautiful. It's glossy, it's gorgeous. Who doesn't love a good meringue? Yum, how perfect is that? Look! All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna gently fold in 2 teaspoons of cornstarch, 1 teaspoon of vanilla and a little more. I make my own vanilla, so it's so yummy. And then a little bit of lemon juice to brighten that flavor. But first, fold it gently in because I do not want to deflate my meringue. So I'm just going to sprinkle this on top. And then I'm just going to gently kind of fold that in. It's absolutely beautiful. Look. All right, in the meringue. Now I'm going to put about half this lemon juice. Intuitively, I feel like it's not going to require that much. So I'm just gently fold this in. Look at that. I mean, the perfect meringue. I can live off meringue. All right, now I have a cookie sheet lined with parchment, and I have a 9-inch circle drawn. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lump this all on here. There we go. So now what I'm just gonna kind of round this out to the edges of my circle. Looks like a great big fluffy cloud. So for your meditation today, go lay on the grass and look at the clouds. I love cloud meditations. I love to just listen to the wind, feel the breeze, listen to the birds, and watch the clouds. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of make a little well on the inside, and this is gonna be where I put the whipped cream, and then I'll put the fruit on top of the whipped cream. So I've made this nice little well, you know, like if you were making pasta. Decorate this until I get to my grandson, because I don't want it to get soft and mushy. See that gorgeous, how gorgeous that is. Woo. So crumple it. Okay, it's an exciting day here in Ravensduke Cottage Kitchen. So I am preparing multiple recipes today for Fiscal Fast. That means we don't eat out this week. I'm gonna cook once in the kitchen, clean up, then the kitchen is clean for the rest of the week. And then that way I have used all the food that needs to be used in my refrigerator, freezer, and pantry. So that way there's no food waste and I maximize my food budget. Plus I'm cooking at home, which means I'm making really healthy meals. I have a bunch of sweet potatoes. And so I'm gonna make a sweet potato pie, kind of on the sweet side, but I'm gonna use monk fruit. And then I'm going to top it with Nutella. There you go. So if you cook a lot in your kitchen and you're doing a lot of planning, and you do like bulk cooking days where you cook a lot of things, that way you're in your kitchen, you cook, and then you clean up, and then you don't have to, you know, clean up your kitchen every single day because you're cooking every day. One of the strategies that I use is I use kind of my basket organization system. So I have a multitude of different baskets. And as I plan out, like if I'm going through my pantry or my refrigerator and I see something that needs to be used, I start to create the dish and I go ahead and put all the ingredients that I have in a bin. That way I have everything I need. I just take the bin out of the refrigerator. I have everything I need to create that recipe. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my sweet potatoes, and I actually had 2 apples, so I'm gonna throw those in. I'm gonna put them into some boiling water to boil while I am getting the pie crust ready. There we go. I have my refrigerated pie crust. I find these are the easiest way for me to be able to throw a pie together. So I am now going to line my pie crust. Ta-da! I love these. This was one of the best inventions ever. So this is going to utilize some eggs. I have a pavlova, which is egg whites of some meringue dish. So I have a ton of egg yolks to use. And so I am going to use those for the filling in this pie. Now I'm going to just line this with, and I'm going to kind of ruffle it instead of crimp it because I like that look. Ta-da! So I will bake this when I bake the sweet potatoes, but what I'm doing now is I'm gonna wait for those to cook, and then I'm gonna throw them in the food processor. And here's my sweet potatoes. Now remember, I had a couple of apples. I'm gonna go ahead and keep those in there. I did add half a lemon to just kind of keep them from going brown. And now I'm gonna pour those into my food processor. I'm gonna take out the lemon, and then I'll add some monk fruit. Just sweeten it a little bit, because I do want it to be sweet, but I don't want it to be too sweet, because I want that Nutella to bring the sweetness to the dish. Now I'm gonna add some eggs. Those are the eggs left over from the pavlova. Spoon it into the prepared pie crust, straight from the food processor. Apple pie, and once it's cooled, I am going to drizzle it with Nutella in a piping bag, and I have heated it up. So what I'm gonna make are quinoa cottage cheese crepes. I'm going to stuff them with chicken, roasted pepper, and I'm going to make a mushroom cream sauce, because I have a box of quinoa I'm going to use. I have some peppers, bell peppers that I'm going to use, and I have a ton of mushrooms that I'm going to use. So I just thought this would be a delightful entree, and it's loaded with protein. It's healthy. So there's water boiling for the quinoa. process. Cream sauce, probably too much mushrooms, but still adds, but then you get that bite of mushroom and it all comes together. And then you taste that pepper with the chicken. And then on the very, very top of it, you get that crunch of that fresh shredded broccoli. I will say this is something that is really delicious. And as you're eating it, you're literally going through the nutrition. You're like, wow, it just pops in your mouth. Is it something everybody's gonna like? Probably not kids, but for a healthy meal, this is an unusual flavor, but that quinoa pancake brings it all together, and it's loaded with protein with the chicken, the cottage cheese, and the quinoa, but you then get the fresh flavors of the mushrooms, broccoli, shredded broccoli, and those really flavorful and sweet peppers. So it's delicious. So for the next dish, the last dish today, I've been on a cooking marathon. I am going to make sauteed cabbage with chickpeas, bacon, and there may be a surprise, those steaks. So I'm going to add some shredded cabbage that I shredded in advance. Really some canned green chickpeas. It's going to add salt, not too much salt. It's going to add bacon. Some roasted cranberries. cranberries add a lot of flavor and some sweetness. Bacon and the cabbage go really well together. But the super healthy with the cabbage, the cruciferous vegetables, is so good for your microbiome. And your health starts in the gut. So if you have a healthy microbiome, you have greater overall health. But this is really good. I'm finished cooking for the week. I'll clean up the kitchen, taste everything, and show you the end result. And then I'm gonna enjoy these healthy meals for me and my family. I spent about, at the most, 3 hours in the kitchen. The kitchen is now clean. The oven's clean, the stovetop is clean, the refrigerator is clean, countertops are clean, all the dishes are done and put away, nothing in the dishwasher. So my kitchen is clean for the week. And I have all of this healthy food that I've prepared that we can eat throughout the rest of this week. And I don't feel like I'm gonna have to go get grab and go food. I'm going to be less likely to spend extra money and eat out. With the cost of eating out, that's probably 3 or 4 days worth of groceries for me. So I wanna make sure that I'm utilizing all this food, but I don't have to cook, I don't have to mess up my kitchen, and I don't have to take an hour out of every day to cook. I'm finished in 3 hours, and I don't have to cook for about the next 3 or 4 days. The cottage cheese quinoa crepes that turn more like pancakes, but it has the mushroom cream sauce with the sauteed chicken with garlic, and then we have on top, we have the sauteed red, yellow, and orange peppers with some mushrooms as well as some shredded broccoli. That is a healthy meal, loaded with protein that is healthy for you, and fresh vegetables, plus the cruciferous vegetables, plus the eggs, the cottage cheese, and the quinoa, the chicken, loaded with protein, low fat, and low carb. So extra healthy and absolutely delicious. Another dish that I made was the sauteed cabbage with chickpeas for added protein. So again, the cruciferous vegetables with the protein, the chickpeas with plenty of fiber, also some roasted cranberries for some sweetness, and then topped with a little bit of crumbled baked bacon. So I bake my bacon in the oven on a wire rack so all the fat runs through. So I get delicious crispy bacon without all the fat drippings. And then lastly, this is probably what is my favorite dish of the day. This is a sweet potato pie. It is sweet potatoes with a couple of apples. I pureed all of that, cooked them all together, pureed them, and then baked them in this pie crust, and then I drizzled it with Nutella to give it that sweetness. So I'm gonna cut this and see what it looks like. This is so exciting. The sweet potato and apple pie drizzled with Nutella. Let's have a taste. Really good. The sweet potatoes are not too sweet. Remember, I used that monk fruit. It's extremely light. I made this with the egg yolks. It's extremely light. It's almost like a souffle or a mousse. It's very, very light. But then you get a little bit of sweetness, but then you get that chocolatey sweetness from the Nutella. So this is the Organizer Advisor, hoping this has been helpful to you. If it has, please consider liking this video, subscribing to my YouTube channel, following me on Facebook. And if you know of somebody else that would enjoy this content, would you please share these videos with them? My goal, my mission, my passion, my purpose is to be of service to you by helping you enhance your happiness and transform your life. I'm the Organizer Advisor. Love you all for being here and sharing this day with me. Complicated day in the kitchen, but oh, was it so worth it. Have a wonderful day. I cannot wait to see you in the next video. Until then, my beautiful friends, take good care. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you would like more support, ideas, guidance, frameworks, and some positive, uplifting suggestions, please check out some of my other videos. You can activate your subscription on my YouTube channel and hit that notification bell so that you'll be notified when I post newer content. But those playlists are a framework for you to organize all aspects of your life to enhance your happiness and transform the life that you're living. I can't wait to see you in the next video. Until then, my dear friends, I hope you have a wonderful day.